Hello everybody, I'm Tom Davis. I'm a professional dog trainer who travels the world and helps people out with their dogs. And today I'm going to be talking about the 3 most aggressive breeds that I've worked with. And to give you a little context, I primarily am an expert in canine behavior and working with aggressive dogs. So I've made a compilation of the 3 most aggressive breeds in my career and my experience. Let's get into it. Before we get into number 1, which is 30 seconds away, these are not dogs that I don't like. These are not dogs that I have a problem with. As a dog trainer and an expert in canine behavior on an international level, these are only the 3 types of breeds that are the most aggressive that I've worked with my experience. And number 1, let's do a quick little drum roll, is going to be the Cane Corso, or some people call it the Cane Corso. I've heard, who's right and who's wrong, but in my experience, it's been the Cane Corso. And the Cane Corso was actually originated in Rome back in ancient times and was used for protection and used as a work dog on farms. Because of their giant stature and their protective personality, they were perfect for the job. Which leads me to, as a dog trainer, a really difficult dog to train, because what ends up happening is, like myself, I have a Borbal. I probably should have said one is tied, a Cane Corso and a Borbal, because the Borbal is actually, again, one of the most, if not the most protective dog that I have ever worked with, which is honestly why I have one. But there are a lot less genetic problems with the Borbal in the Cane Corso, because the Cane Corso is much, much, much more bred, especially here in the United States, but that's for a different conversation. The Cane Corso, I see a lot of dog owners get, and they really don't have the means to handle the dog, to train the dog, and they don't have the experience to work with the dog in general. And so the Cane Corso really sticks out like a sore thumb as one of the most aggressive dogs as a dog trainer that we see at my facility, because of those reasons. The relationship I have with my Mastiff is much different than I have with my Dutch Shepherd. My Dutch Shepherd and I, who's over here slapping her tail off everything, is the sweetest dog ever. She loves doing sport work, dock diving, swimming. She's athletic. She's very obedient. She just wants to please. My Mastiff, if you guys know me and follow me, actually this is a brand new hat because he chewed on mine, is the exact opposite. He is the best guardian dog that I could possibly get for my family, which is why I got him, but his trainability is really, really tough to do. Now, are there people out there that train Cane Corsos or even Borbals to do all sorts of fancy stuff? Absolutely, but is it also a full-time job and it almost takes a professional dog trainer to do so? Yes. So the Cane Corso is number 1 on the list, because what I find is, A, they're overbred, especially here in the United States, because people like to get them because they are a security type of dog. They are a protective dog, which means if you have a family, in theory, yes, this dog is likely going to protect your family, but what happens is they become so popular that they are overbred, which means breeders and or unethical breeders who are actually just getting into dogs for money, not for breed standard or temperament or looks. They're actually getting into breeds that are selling. They don't care how the males or the females grow up and become. They don't care that these dogs are growing up to be aggressive or reactive to other dogs. They just care about making money. So you get a dog owner who says, "Oh, I have a young family, or I live by myself and I'm a single mom," or whatever, and they go out and they search the most protective dog breed in the world, which is why it's number 1 on here. But that's why I'm also making this video, to warn you guys and to also shed light. Yes, they are very protective dogs, but it's also very important that you understand that these dogs really require a ton of experience as a dog owner or as even a trainer, and it's really important to get a good dog from a good breeder. We're going to get on to the second breed, which is going to be another large, big, powerful breed, which is going to be, drum roll, the Rottweiler. Now, the Rottweiler are probably one of the more goofier, funnier dogs, kind of like the Doberman. They hail from Germany, and they were, again, bred for work. These are big, strong, powerful dogs that, like the Cane Corso, people get because of those reasons. Now, you could get a Snots, like in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, who is just goofy and decides to ruin Christmas, which honestly sometimes happens to be the Rottweiler in most cases. But in some cases, again, a lot of genetics play a role in Rottweilers. Now, one of the things that the Rottweiler has that the other 2 breeds in this list doesn't have is an enormous, unbelievable amount of confidence. So I've worked with several Rottweilers before, and some of them just have so much confidence, which is a good thing. I mean, you want a very confident dog. You want a dog that is going to protect your family, but also once they start hitting that sexual maturity, and when people keep dogs intact, I'm pro keeping your dogs intact so they can fully develop. But when they keep their dogs intact, especially as a Rottweiler, all the testosterone starts loading up, and they start becoming very stubborn, very protective. They start looking at you like, are you going to make me? Or what are you going to do if you're going to make me? How are you going to do it? Should I fight you on this? Should I put my mouth on you? Should I fight back? Should I push back? Should I talk back? And Rottweilers, being as big as they are, make it difficult. So therefore, they become very reactive and they become very aggressive. Now, these are the 3 most aggressive dogs that I see as a dog trainer. I'm not necessarily saying that these are the 3 most aggressive dogs in the world. These are the 3 most aggressive dogs as a United States dog trainer that we see. This is one of the top 3 dogs that come into our facility that turn out to be aggressive. Now, for the same reasons that the Cane Corso is they're very overbred because they are big, beautiful animals and people like them. But at the same time, in my experience, specifically with Rottweilers, is you need to be more experienced or just as experienced with a Rottweiler as you are a Cane Corso. And I think it's just important when you guys are out there, just like the Cane Corso, that you do your research on your breeder and also start training from a very early age. All 3 of these breeds are the most aggressive dogs on this list because of the lack of training. Now, as a dog trainer, these are the reasons why we get these dogs the most, and these are why they're on this list. We're going to get into number 3 right now, which is going to be very surprising. It's going to raise a lot of controversy. It's going to piss a lot of people off, but it is the absolute truth. If you've been watching me enough on my channel, you will know that the most aggressive, most reactive, and most problematic dog breed that you see on my channel is the German Shepherd. I love German Shepherds. But here's the problem with German Shepherds. Here's why I see all of the reactive, aggressive German Shepherds, a lot of the same things, breeding, but they are also the most consistently the top 3 most popular breeds in Europe and the United States. Right now, they're sitting at number 2 in the AKC as we're filming this. And so with that being said, it's like the Golden Retriever for many, many years, and still may be, was the number 1 dog to have a bite history. It was the number 1 dog breed in the United States that was biting people. Why? That's because there's so many of them. So if we talk about ratio, when you have an overwhelming amount of dog breeds out there, they outnumber all of the other dog breeds. So the likelihood that they are going to be reported as a dog that's biting somebody is really, really high because there's so many of them. So now we'll get into the German Shepherd and what they're actually supposed to be doing. But I'm going to raise some eye-opening things here at the end that people don't realize, they don't talk about, they don't know about. And hopefully this video helps you out with the German Shepherd, especially moving forward as a trainer or somebody who might have a German Shepherd. German Shepherds were originally in Germany bred to herd sheep, right? So they were helping farmers out there move sheep like you see the popular Border Collie do nowadays. But German Shepherds are now used for almost everything because they have so much versatility. They're used for search and rescue. They're used for police work. They're used for service dog. They're used for a lot of different things, and they are very versatile, and we see a ton of them go one way or the other. But one thing that people don't really realize is there's there's many different classes, but there's 2 main classes of German Shepherds. The first one is pet German Shepherds, or maybe some people would say showline German Shepherds. I'm sure there's a bunch of people, German Shepherd freaks, not freaks in a bad way, but just connoisseurs and enthusiasts in the comments getting really pissed at me for saying showline is the same as pet line. And as a dog trainer, that's what I'm seeing. You have a pet line German Shepherd and a working line German Shepherd. So a lot of people don't have any idea that there's actually a difference. They just go out and they see a German Shepherd. Sometimes they look at the coloration of the dog and they go, that looks really cool, I'll take that one. But they don't realize that they just got themselves a high intelligent, high drive, high working class dog that's probably going to ruin their life for the next 10 years. So the working line and the show line are going to look different and they're going to have way different personalities. But again, the average dog owner doesn't realize that, which is why they're number 3 on my list, which is why it's the most common dogs you'll see on my channel and channels like Will Atherton and other people out there. Will Atherton actually just got a German Shepherd puppy, God bless him. Working line German Shepherds are typically in 2 colors, but they come in a bunch of different colorations depending on the breeder, but they're usually going to be black or they're going to be sable, which we'll put up here. They're also going to be slightly smaller, but they're going to be more thick. They're going to be thicker boned and they're going to have thicker coats. Now the show line are bred for look. looks, and they're going to be prone more to elbow and hip dysplasia because of their prone more to elbow and hip dysplasia because of their slope backs, because of their conformation. And I'll just put up some differences here that you guys can see. Now, I'm not going to get into, because it's not my lane, I'm not a German Shepherd expert. I'm just a dog trainer who have been doing this for a long time, and that's why German Shepherds are number 3, is because they're the most at my seminars, they're the most in my private training, and they're the most in our board and train facility. So rightfully so, they ended up number 3 on this list. Dogs aren't really the problem. People are the problem. You get an 18-year-old kid that wants a German Shepherd because they look cool in movies and they're police dogs and they think that they're going to be cool with them. They go to Craigslist at 11 o'clock at night to the Walmart parking lot and pick up a working line German Shepherd that is ultimately going to be ripping down their curtains, is going to be squealing, barking loud when they come home from work and when they're outside, is going to be so reactive and so protective, and it's going to be way too much for that kid or that person. And these are the reasons why the German Shepherd is number 3 on this list. This is definitely the most popular breed in my training ethos, as I've already said. And again, I hope that, well, actually, I really don't care if I offended anybody, because this is just the truth. And as you know, I'm a professional and I'm here to tell you what you should hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. So I apologize if anybody gets pissed about this, but this is just the honest truth, and that's why I wanted to make this video. And that is the 3 most aggressive dog breeds that I have seen as a professional dog trainer. I hope that you like this video. We put videos out like this every single week. So subscribe, consider subscribing. You can buy my merch. If you have a dog that might be doing some biting things, you can get all my merch, including my new No Bad Dog Nubs treats, 100% organic, 100% grass-fed, made here in the United States. All linked in the description below. Thank you for watching. Talk to you next time. Happy training. Peace.